Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the story of an accidental invention that completely changed our kitchens forever. It's a tale of a self-taught genius, a melted chocolate bar, and a revolutionary piece of technology. This is the story of the microwave oven. Our journey begins not in a kitchen, but in the midst of World War II. The year is 1945 and our hero is Percy Spencer, an engineer at the Raytheon Company. Now Spencer wasn't your typical, formally educated scientist. He left school after the 5th grade but had an incredible natural curiosity and a brilliant mind for electronics. He taught himself everything he needed to know and became one of the world's leading experts in radar technology. At Raytheon, Spencer was working with something called a magnetron. This device was the heart of radar systems, generating powerful microwaves that could detect enemy aircraft from miles away. It was top secret, cutting-edge technology, and Spencer was instrumental in figuring out how to mass-produce these magnetrons, a critical contribution to the Allied war effort. One day, while standing in front of an active magnetron, Spencer noticed something strange. He reached into his pocket for a snack and found that the chocolate bar he had been saving was a gooey, melted mess. Now, most people might have just been annoyed about their ruined treat. But Percy Spencer wasn't most people. His mind immediately started racing. It wasn't a hot day, and he hadn't been standing near a heater. What could have melted that chocolate bar so quickly? He looked at the magnetron, the source of those invisible microwaves, and a spark of an idea ignited. Could the radar waves be responsible? His curiosity took over. The next day, he brought a bag of popcorn kernels to the lab. He placed them near the magnetron, and to the astonishment of his colleagues, the kernels started popping and flying all over the room. The world's first microwave popcorn was born, right there in a top-secret defense lab. Spencer was now convinced he was onto something big. For his next experiment, he decided to try cooking an egg. This one didn't go quite as smoothly. He placed a whole egg in a kettle and aimed the magnetron at it. An unsuspecting colleague leaned in for a closer look, just as the egg, heated from the inside out, exploded, splattering hot yolk all over his face. It was a messy but very effective demonstration of the magnetron's cooking power. Spencer realized that the microwaves were agitating the water molecules inside the food, causing them to vibrate rapidly and generate heat. This was a completely new way to cook, heating the food from the inside instead of from the outside. He and Raytheon saw the massive potential. They quickly filed a patent and set to work creating the world's first commercial microwave oven. In 1947, the first microwave hit the market. It was called the Radarange, a clever nod to its radar origins. But this was no countertop appliance. The first Radarange was a monster. It stood nearly 6 feet tall, weighed over 750 pounds, and cost about $5,000. That's over $60,000 in today's money. Oh, and it had to be water-cooled, so it required a plumber to install it. As you can imagine, it wasn't exactly flying off the shelves for home use. Its first customers were restaurants, railroad dining cars, and ocean liners, places that needed to heat food quickly and could afford the hefty price tag and size. But the vision of a microwave in every home was still alive. Over the next 2 decades, engineers worked tirelessly to make the technology smaller, safer, and cheaper. The magnetron was redesigned, the power supply was improved, and the overall unit was shrunk down. Finally, in 1967, Raytheon's Amana division introduced the first countertop microwave oven for home use. The Radarange RR100. It was still pricey at around $500, but it was a breakthrough. The era of home microwave cooking had officially begun. Throughout the 1970s and 80s, the microwave's popularity exploded. Prices dropped and families fell in love with the convenience. Reheating leftovers in minutes? Defrosting a frozen chicken in a fraction of the time? Making a quick cup of tea without a kettle? The microwave oven became an indispensable part of modern life. It changed not just how we cook, but also what we eat, paving the way for the massive frozen food industry. And it all started because a self-taught engineer named Percy Spencer had a curious mind and a melted chocolate bar in his pocket. It's a perfect example of serendipity in science, an accidental discovery that, in the right hands, can lead to a world-changing invention. Spencer wasn't looking to revolutionize the kitchen. He was just trying to understand an unusual phenomenon. But his curiosity and willingness to experiment led him down a path that has impacted billions of people. So next time you pop a bag of popcorn or reheat last night's dinner in seconds, take a moment to think of Percy Spencer and his messy, wonderful discovery. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest innovations come from the most unexpected places. The microwave oven is more than just a box that heats food. It's a monument to the power of curiosity. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the history of the microwave. I hope you found it as fascinating as I do. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more stories behind the science that shapes our world.